So historically, when we launch games or when we look at the health of the game, we often talk about retention, day 7 retention, day 30 retention, and even things like day 200 and beyond. Like, what does that mean? The reality is, because games are getting so much more experiential, because people are starting to learn that they're competing on experience, they're competing on customer resonance, retention is becoming an old metric. Really, you'll see these games that have incredible levels of retention, especially some of the NFT games that are coming out where people bought something. Like, yeah, we have day 30 retention at like 80%. And I'll ask them, well, what's your engagement like? And how are people actually interfacing? What's the community like in terms of gameplay and engagement? Engagement levels are really low. So now focusing more on, well, what does healthy engagement and what does sustainable engagement look like? And I think when we say sustainable, what we mean is the game has to provide value over a period of time, but also in a way that's not addictive. It's not overly obtrusive. It's not too much, because people churn from those types of things. And now that games have become services and products, we want to be thinking about, day 300, day 400, and Disneyland doesn't go up to their customers and say, yeah, we have a day, or year 50 retention with the Johnsons, because they've come back to Disneyland every year. And if you actually think about Disneyland as a game, that's exactly what it is. It's a product that's sustainable over time for a person, and people are able to engage in that product over time. And I know that's a big shift for gaming companies, but in order to do that, we fundamentally have to go back to understand, well, how do we make something sustainable for a person? Well, we have to understand, well, who is the person? For one person, maybe really difficult experiences is sustainable for them, where another person, lots of really difficult stuff, they might leave. So understanding the human behind your user is going to allow game companies of the future to not just focus on retention, but nail engagement metrics in a sustainable way where your games become businesses.